Hello, Facebook. This is the Big D of the Denver Show. This is the Denver Show, and this is the Denver right here. So, what is going on? Since I haven't scheduled this, and now I'm just podcasting today out of the blue. Why? I don't know. Why not? Because first of all, I just felt like it, and I need to get back into practice doing this. Even though my setup right now, look, I need to start scheduling these shows. I understand that. I need to build my following back. And the only way to do that is to have a scheduled show time. I get that. The problem is I'm not really happy with the software that I have to use right now. I'm not happy with the setup. I don't have a studio. It's just a simple green screen with me sitting in a chair at my computer desk. I really don't like this setup at all. I like a real desk, a real studio, place to have guests come in. Look at this. And look at this crap. Look at my hand. It sucks. So, but I need to be doing some, and this is good. I need to start getting warmed up again. Let me see if I can fix that stupid hand issue. I mean, I don't get it. My hand is far from green. I don't know what's going on with that. So, if I do that, then I start losing the other properties of the green screen. Anyways, up at the top corner now, you look over there, right there. Start to lose that. I don't know. My hands are back. So, okay, fine. Right back. So anyhow, I just need to kind of get warmed back up. I'll tell you what, though, I do have somebody who's going to start out being a guest here, and she is so fun, so amazing, and she's got a billion stories. This is a person where it's just you not believe all the things that's happened to her, all the experiences that she's had, and I got to get her up to speed on this and to join the show. She's going to be a blast. It's exactly what I've been looking forward to do this show. I wanted a female co-host that's bold, bright, intelligent, fun, goofy, and all that. And I'll have her on as a guest and see what we think. I think she's just, to me, I told her this, it's like watching a puppy when I'm around her. So I'm going to bring that guest on here pretty soon and get this show ramped up a little bit. You can call in to participate, 855-854-TALK, 833 the Big D. And this also show is going to be an AMA. You know what an AMA is? Ask me anything show. Okay. So we can talk about anything you want. I do coaching, we do relationships, we can do life, we can do philosophy, we do spirituality. I love to talk of spirituality. Anything you want to talk about, politics. I got a few stories here I found interesting I'm going to share with you. So 855-854-TALK, that's 855-854-8255 or 833 the Big D. I don't know what numbers those are. You'll have to look on your keypad. 833 the Big D. So that's the number to participate. Also, I ask that if you really want to help me out, that you hit the like on the Denver Show page and follow, hit the little bell for notifications. Also, my YouTube channel, The Denver Show, look that up and like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. But even more so, what's coming up here is I'm going to start singing again. So I have a lot of fans that ask me to do this all the time. And to be honest, one of the reasons I don't do that is because I could have a billion fans tell me every day, man, you need to sing. You got to sing. I want to hear you sing. You got to go out and sing. You got to start singing. Okay, I'll sing. And then, I shouldn't project this. This is a bad attitude. So But what I'm kind of suspecting is I'm going to get the Denver Sings page going again, page on Facebook, and I'm going to ask you to come and to go and like it and follow it. It's probably I've asked you all my friends to do this with a few of my business pages, and this one here is probably the most important one when I get it going. And I'd appreciate if you would like it and even comment if you've heard me sing, if you look forward to hearing me sing, if you're like, oh man, I'm going to show up at a show. I need you when I get this page. I need you to go there. I need you to comment. The reason is because we want the venues that I'm trying to get into to start singing. If they see things like that, if they see there's an interest in hearing me sing, that helps me get gigs. So this is going to be one of the most important pages that I'm going to create. And I appreciate your support more than anything, than any other page that I've asked you to like. Okay. So without further ado. So that's what we got looking forward to. I got a guest host coming up here, and I will advertise when it's going to happen. And she is just so fun to watch, so fun to listen to. And she's one of those people. I don't know if she knows it. I mean, I don't know if she's being authentic when she doesn't seem to realize how entertaining she is. But she is. She knows who I'm talking about. She might even call in if she hears this. I think she's at work today, though. All right. So here's what I want to talk about. What am I going to bring up first? I'm going to bring up this story here. Let's share this. Did you know, I found this hard to believe, that they are giving away houses dirt cheap in Japan? Let me set this up. Right here. Yeah, that's it. All right. In Japan, they're giving away houses. Well, not entirely, but for dirt cheap. There's 8 million empty homes, and the local governments are selling them dirt cheap for as little as, and of course, Volvo has to screw that up with an ad. So we'll just have to go into the story. I love Japan. I've lived there for a total of a year. Hajimemashite. Watashi wa Denver desu. I love the Japanese culture, the language. I love just everything about it. So I wouldn't mind going back there. In fact, when I manifest some money from a project I'm working on, when it actually shows up, I think I'm going to see if I can buy one of these homes that are coming up here. So these homes, they have 8.49 million akaya in Japan. Is that a home? I don't know what that means. I assume that means homes. Logged a record high of 8.9 akaya in Japan. Many of these homes were left empty after relatives died when people moved away, the survey found. In 2018, they found 3.2% increase in the number of kaya compared to 2013. I don't know if that just means homes or empty homes. But the report also found that 13.6 of Japan's 6.42 million homes were unoccupied. So, and this is in Wakayama, Tokushima, Kagoshima, Kochi, all of which recorded vacancy rates of more than 18%. So that's a lot. You figure 20% is like 2 houses out of every 10. So if you can imagine going through a city and every 5 houses, there's an empty one. That's crazy. So, but the price here that they give, check this out. Free houses, anyone? They say it's free. Cities like Tochigi and Nagano have akaya banks. These websites developed by the city or municipal governments list abandoned homes, some of them available as little as 50,000 yen at $455. $455. Now, some of these too, it goes on to mention that they do sell them. They'll give a 20-year loan. And it turns out being some of these really nice homes turn out being $75,000 over 20 years. They're cheap. This is in Japan. So what do you think of that? Would you want to, if you could get a free home in Japan, would you move there? You do have to occupy it. You can't just get it as a vacation home. It does have to be something that you occupy. So, I don't know how long. Of course, there's ways around that. I guess you could probably go there for a year just to get it, and then you could rent it out, Airbnb, whatever. And a lot of these, it does say, is in rural areas, more like countryside and stuff, which is more of a benefit to me. I think that's great. But that trend is kind of continuing, even in Europe. This goes on to, it leads to a different it segues into a different one here. And now here's the other part of that story and on the free houses in Japan. Bring this up. Click. Free houses in Japan, where they are and how to get one. I mean, look at this. I don't know. I mean, some of you might think it's the hills of West Virginia, but some people prefer the hills of West Virginia. Okay, so where in 2015, 2 towns made news with buildings and giveaway houses to young families. Now, these are for young families. Yeah, I do remember that. Some of those you had to be under. Here it is. However, not anyone can apply. Only young families considered. The parents must be under 43 years old and their children under junior high school age. So some towns are setting a limit on who can get it. Are there any alternatives? If you aren't married, don't have children, and not young enough anymore, and are not sure if you want to continue living in your new rural home for several decades, buying a kaya, abandoned house, that's what it means, kaya, might be better alternative. There's an estimated 10 million abandoned homes in Japan, many in the countryside. Not all of them go for sale, but among those that are, their properties can be turned into something beautiful and with some renovation efforts. So this kind of excites me. I love Japan. I'm going to keep this on the front burner and look into this. Now, the story it segues into is in Europe, or in Italy. In Italy, they're actually paying people. Where's that story we segue at? I thought I pulled that story up. A trend seen around the globe. There it is. So, in the city of gosh, I don't even know how to say this. It's right there. In I don't know, CINQUEFRONDI, made news when it started selling homes for €1, $1.14, to increase the town's population. And the town of Locana in northern Italy offered the same deal, but sweetened it by giving remote workers who have children a cash incentive of $10,900 to move there and fill its deserted homes. Would you move to Italy? I wonder where that place is at. Let's see if we can pull that up. Let's go to that link, see if it maps it. Locana. Here we go. Let me pull this one up. Let's take that one off the screen. And let's share my other screen. See where this place is at. Window attain names. Here it is. Share. Okay, so it says it's a picturesque Italian town. 10,000 people to move there if you have a kid. Look at that. Another day. $10,000 if you have a kid. The catch, you must have a child and a salary. Just a week ago, a stunning Cilician town announced that it too was selling homes for just €1. So you may have seen a couple weeks ago that Sambuca in Sicily was offering homes for just $1.14 US. Does a dollar sound steep to you? So, in the Alpine village of Lucana in Piedmont, northern Italy, has gone one better by actually offering people $10,000 to move in. Our population has shrunk from 7,000 residents in the early 1900s to barely 1,500 people left looking for a job. See, that's the thing too. I mean, there's got to be a reason why, right? I mean, is giving away the homes the way to do this, or I need to bring up a darker? Is that the way to do this, or is there something causing this that they need to take care of? Don't know. So, what do you think of that? 855-854-TALK. Anything. This is also an AMA day. Ask me anything. Could be anything. Ask me how fast an African swallowtail swift flies. I don't know the answer to that, but you can ask me that. You can ask me anything. And also, I'm a life coach, relationship coach, intimacy coach. So if you got any questions about that, I'm going to be doing some podcasts on relationships and communication. Cover things like communication, like the interaction between masculine and feminine energies and things like that. And also one of my favorite topics is spirituality. Why are we here? How are we here? What's going on? What's this about? All this stuff. What is right and wrong? Is there really right and wrong? Who says, where's it come from? All that stuff. So I want to cover stuff like that too. Also, if you just joined me, I did mention that I do have a guest, a female co-host, is going to join me after she gets up to speed on how the software works. And I'm telling you what, this girl has the most amazing stories. It's just one story after another. I make fun of her about how she always has something amazing to contribute about anything. I mean, like, for example, I could say, oh, there's a piece of paper on the ground. She could say, oh, I know the person who invented paper. I met the person who invented paper. And then she would tell a story about it. And then I could say, oh, okay, well, at least you don't know the pen maker. Do you know the person who invented pen maker? No, but I know the person who creates the ink for pens. I mean, it's just a bunch of head slapping with her. It's just funny. And she's just an amazing person. So if you just joined, that's what we're going to do. We're going to have her on, and hopefully she'll be a permanent fixture because she's just never ending joy. It's like watching a puppy. So I love spending time with her. I love hearing her stories and the way she tells it. So anyways, I know I'm really talking her up. If she hears that, she's probably going to be kind of shy or embarrassed, but she's pretty amazing. Okay, so let's see. What else is on the agenda here for the Denver show? So we talked about the free homes. Oh, this is interesting. Coca-Cola. Let's pull that back up. Coca-Cola lost $5 billion in about 4 seconds. Their company value lost $5 billion in 4 seconds. How did that happen, you wonder? Actually, I'll show you. First, let's look at their stock price. I will show you what happened here. Look at this here. Right here. Look at this. This wasn't very long ago. Oops. Oh, that's a picture, so I can't do that. Anyways, right here, over $460 a share. and it just plummeted. Turns out being about $5 billion. $5 billion. You thought your stream froze, didn't you? No, it didn't. Anyhow, how did this happen? How did this happen? I will show you how this happened. And this is actually kind of scary that celebrities and just people of notoriety can have so much power over financial markets. It's pretty scary when you think about it, that, you know, your favorite stock, your favorite moneymaker can be damaged by Elon Musk just saying, I don't like that, or some sports star or something. So this is what happened. This is how Coca-Cola lost $5 billion in 4 or 5 seconds. Right here. Watch this. Did you see that? That was it. That was it. You were watching Coca-Cola lose $5 billion. Now, I can't even fathom how this works. I mean, be honest. If you owned Coca-Cola, well, I can kind of get an idea, but if you own Coca-Cola and some famous sports star or actor or somebody well-known moves your product aside and says, drink water. This has no nutritional value, which we already knew. I don't think he said it. I thought he just said agua. But I think later he did say it has no nutritional value. So $5 billion. So who is it that sees that? Like, if you owned Coca-Cola and you saw that, you watched that, or you got news that just happened, would you sell off your stocks? What would you sell them off? I mean, apparently somebody did. Now, a lot of it could have been more of a reaction to the dummies selling it because of that. In other words, not everybody who crashed it down $5 billion, not everybody did it because of that. But enough people did it because of that made other people go, uh-oh, I'm going to lose some money if I don't do a stop loss, and I'm going to sell off my, or maybe there were some automatic stop losses set. Wouldn't that be something to have a stop loss set on your shares? You think you're way under, it's okay. It's just in case some catastrophic event, you know, then I'm going to protect some of my profits if I sell off automatically. So in case that happens, and then you look in your share, your position gets sold off, and you're like, what the hell was the catastrophic event? Well, it was I believe he's a soccer star moving 2 bottles off the screen and saying agua. That was the catastrophic event. How fragile is the market when that's all it takes? That's pretty scary. Pretty scary stuff right there. So, also, speaking of people having power over Elon Musk, I'm sure you heard the things that he's done to the markets just by his comments. So we see here, his tweets moves markets, and some investors are worried. Yeah. Key points. Bitcoin value jumped more than 20% to 38,000 on Friday after Elon Musk changed his personal Twitter bio to hashtag Bitcoin. Okay, so this is what happened with Bitcoin. Elon says that Tesla is going to take Bitcoin for payment. Bitcoin goes up. Then a bunch of environmentalists point out that the mining of Bitcoin, you have to understand this, it takes a lot of power to mine Bitcoin because you have to have high-powered computers running at full computation, full value, full speed ahead, 24 hours a day. And that's how they create new Bitcoins. That's how the miners create them. These computers have to solve these complex math problems to create new Bitcoin. And so there's Bitcoin farms. They have, I don't know, I'm guessing 100 computers or hundreds, maybe even thousands of computers. I don't know, but dedicated to this, running full speed. And all that takes power. When a processor on a computer goes up to max value, it takes more power. So people start pointing out, hey, Elon, you're pushing a crypto that's harmful to the environment. So I don't know, I never thought of that, or he was catering to the green crowd. But then he realizes that, or he says, well, we're not going to take Bitcoin anymore because it's not environmentally friendly. And when he did that, Bitcoin went down. Then Bitcoin crashed. So he has a lot of power. And then he mentioned Dogecoin. That's one of the driving forces that drove Dogecoin up to 74 cents. And then it started crashing. I forget why Dogecoin originally crashed. I don't remember what it was. But Elon was supposed to go on Saturday Night Live. Well, he did. And they were expecting him to promote Dogecoin again, and they were expecting it to go to $1. Well, it didn't. For some reason, when Elon got on there, he did kind of jokingly actually make fun of Dogecoin a little bit. But the market dropped. It dropped to 40 cents or under 40 cents. And everyone was expecting it to go up. So here's Elon. Whatever he says about something, it has profound effects on the market. So it would be probably wise as an investor to constantly watch Elon and see what he says about a stock in case he attacks your stock or he promotes it. Some people, it's so bad that some people said they wouldn't even want him promoting it, even though it would make the value go up. They wouldn't want him promoting it because you don't know if 5 minutes later or an hour later, next day, he's going to come out and speak out against it and crash it. So, and some people actually have accused him of a pump and dump, that maybe he bought Dogecoin, maybe he bought Bitcoin, and he said, "Oh, we're taking Bitcoin." And when it went all the way up, he said, then he sold his positions and then said, no, we're not going to take Bitcoin. And it crashed. And now maybe he bought it back at the low. Maybe it was a pump and dump. I don't know. He doesn't seem like that type of person, but internet conspiracies, that's how it is. Speaking of Dogecoin, let me bring this up. Dogecoin Pro the Doge. I don't know if you heard this story. This guy, Pro the Doge, is his YouTube channel, and Dogecoin. Yeah. He's a Dogecoin millionaire. Okay, bring his channel up here. This dude went all in on Dogecoin when it was just, I don't know, it was under 10 cents, I think, when he bought it. So he's called the Dogecoin millionaire, which I'm not sure he can say that now because I think he's under $1 million. So this guy is a very likable guy. He drives a beat up car. He made 40,000 a year, and what he did was he invested, I think, $100,000 in Dogecoin. But the way he did it was he took all his savings, all his retirement. He even took out loans and credit cards, maxed out credit cards, and bought this Dogecoin. I don't know what made him do this because really, I don't know, but it paid off. He hit the lottery. It went up to 74 cents. So at some point, he was at $2.9 million pro the Doge. You can see right here. He almost hit $3 million, he said. So there you go. I think I saw it at 2.8. So that's his Robinhood account right there. And he got with some investors. There's some really smart investors, some 20-year-old and 30-year-old investors that became multimillionaires by strategically investing in the markets. They got together with him. They befriended him. And they got together with him. And they, during a live stream, tried to get him to sell his position on Dogecoin when it was this high. They were telling him all the things he could do, all the wise things he could do with that money, reinvested in other things. He could buy real estate and rental properties and have that income coming in. And they gave him all kinds of ideas of how he could take that money and distribute it, investing it, and live off the interest easily. Never have to worry about working again. Which is ironic because pro the Doge, he's always saying he wants to quit his job. That's his dream, to quit the job. It's like, dude, you were $2.8 million and you didn't quit. And what are you waiting for? Well, his argument was that it was going to go to $1. And so he held on and he held on and he held on. And during one live stream, during the Saturday Night live stream, he had already lost he almost went, it was like 2.1 million. So he lost about $700,000. And then Elon goes on Saturday Night Live, is expected to jump to $1, and it doesn't. It crashes. It crashes down to 40 or below. And live, as they're watching that, we're watching him keep checking his positions. And that night he dropped down to, I don't know, 1.5 million or something. Maybe it's 1.3 million. I don't know if my numbers are right, but you get the point. He went from almost a 3 millionaire person to almost only a little over 1 million. And I'm pretty sure now, I think he's at 900,000 because Dogecoin is about 30 cents. So I don't know, man. I don't know. This guy, even with the $2.8 million, he drives his piece of shit car. He's in a studio apartment, tiny studio apartment in Los Angeles. Paying, in Los Angeles, that apartment's not worth what he's paying. But he's in there, he's doing that, all while he had $2.8 million. And now I don't think he's a millionaire anymore. But he is doing well still. He's still got life-changing money. So what the hell, right? What do you think of that? If you're watching, don't be shy. Give me a call at, there we go, 855-854-TALK. If you're watching on YouTube, you can go to Facebook, and it is the Official Denver Show, at the Official Denver Show on Facebook. Okay, so call in 855-854-TALK if you want to AMA, ask me anything, or you want to comment on this guy, what you think of him. Holding on to Dogecoin when it was 74 cents with 2.8 or $2.9 million. And now he's less than, now Doge could crash completely. What is it right now? Let me see if we can see what it is now. Gonna do that. Let's see what it is. Dogecoin. D. Oh my God. That dude. All right. Dogecoin is 28 cents. What is he doing? Let's see if we can find out how much Dogecoin he had. He said, why about 5 million? Is that what he has? 5 million? Let's do the math on that. 5 million, huh? Let's bring up the calculator. Is that right? Is that how many had? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, times. Let's see if that's what it was. 74 equals. No, he couldn't have had 5 million. Because then he would have had $3.7 million. All right. Well, either way, let's say he has 5 million. Let's say he went from 3.7 million. So 5 million times point, what I say is 28 cents. He would have 1.4 million. So I know he doesn't have 5 million. So he's got under $1 million now. And all these people are looking at him like he's some great dude. He's not some great dude. It's just stupid. That's just stupid what he's doing. It's not stupid when you've got when you hit the lottery and you hold out to hit it again and you take all that money. This is equivalent of what he's doing. He took $2.8 million and he spent it all on another lottery ticket thinking he was going to win again. And you know what? I'll probably eat my words. Dogecoin will probably hit $1, $2, $3. And then he'll go, I told you. But there's people that actually look up to him for financial advice. He's got a YouTube channel, which I'm interested in it because of his personality. He's a great guy. And I'm curious about how much he's going to lose, how much money he's going to lose, and how he feels about it if Dogecoin completely collapses. That's why I follow him. But it's disturbing to see the people follow him because they respect his financial analytics, his financial analysis. He has no financial analysis, none. And these guys think he's really fantastic because he held through that dip, and they think it's fantastic that he had $2.8 million and now he has less than $1 million. What is wrong with it? What is wrong with people? Holy shit balls. Anyways, so 855-854-TALK for the AMA. Ask me anything. I'm getting ready to wrap this up. It's 40 minutes. So let me see what else we got in here in this story. So that's something to wrap that up. What do you think of the markets being so volatile that some sports star, some movie star, some famous person can speak for or against a company and their shares will react accordingly? It's crazy. This is something I found interesting. Did you know they used to mail children? They used to mail children. Yes, like in the mail. They used to mail them. I'll show you here. Right here. All right, so a brief history of children sent through the mail. In the early days of parcel post, some parents took advantage of it and mailed in unexpected ways. The reason why they mailed their children was because it was cheaper than a ticket, a train ticket. So one of the overlooked yet most significant innovations of early 20th century might be the post office decision to start shipping large parcels and packages through the mail. While private delivery companies flourished during the 19th century, the parcel post dramatically expanded the reach of mail order companies to America's many rural communities, as well as the demand for their products. When the post office parcel post officially began January 1st, 1913, the new services suddenly allowed millions of Americans great access to all kinds of goods and services. But almost immediately, it had some unintended consequences as some parents tried to send their children through the mail. I'm sorry, this sounds funny. That's freaking hilarious. Let's see if I can make this more compact. Just a few weeks after the parcel began, an Ohio couple, an Ohio couple named Jesse and Matilda. Oh my gosh, her name's Matilda. Oh, Matilda, what are you doing? Mailed their 8-month-old son. 8 months. 8 months son. It was James, to his grandmother, who lived just a few miles away. According to Lynch, baby James was just shy of 11 pounds limit for the packages sent parcel post, and his delivery cost his parents only 15 cents in postage, although they did insure him for $50. The quirky story soon made newspapers, and for the next several years, similar stories would occasionally surface as parents followed suit. So, and then they get a picture of you can see the picture there of the actual news story. Mailing children. Oh my gosh. In the next few years, stories about children being mailed through rural routes would crop up from time to time as people pushed the limits of what could have been sent to the mail. In a famous case, a 4-year-old girl named Charlotte May Pierstorff, whatever, was mailed via train from her home in Grangeville, Idaho, to her grandparents' house about 73 miles away. Nancy Pope writes for the National Postal Museum. Her story has become so legendary that it has even made it into a children's book. What? A horror book? What would be the theme of that? Eat your peas or we're going to mail you to grandma. Postage was cheaper than a ticket, Lynch said. So luckily, little May wasn't unceremoniously shoved in a cam sack along with other baggages. As it turns out, she was accompanied on her trip by her mother's cousin. Okay, so there were people that sometimes wanted to look at this. Parcel post babies makes trip. Here's the original story. Look at this. I love this picture right here. I'm sorry. That kid is getting mailed. Are you serious? Uniform letter carrier with a child in a mail bag. Wow. That's interesting. Oh man, the things that we've done as humans. The things we've done. And one other thing I want to go over. The somewhat biased story. Here. I mean, I hate that I had this white background. All right, so maybe we can turn this out. All right, so this is what I hate about this story. Here, let me bring it up. Is the bias in it? I mean, you can tell the story without being biased. It's right here. What do you guys think of the mega church pastors that are making tons of money? And now I'll tell you what I think. I used to hate this. I used to think that they're ripping people off. I used to think it was wrong. Okay. Now, more power to him. That's the way I feel about it. Why? Why? I'll tell you why. Because they're not forcing anybody to buy them these mega mansions and these. There's Kenneth Copeland. He has like multiple jets. He said because he can't fly in a metal tube with demons. And he was caught. Insider reporter caught him with that, asking him that question. He said he wasn't talking about the people in the plane. He was talking about the demons in the plane. However, even though it kind of rubs me the wrong way, but what I do is I look at my beliefs and wonder, when something bothers me, does it bother me because it intrinsically is wrong? Does it bother me because I really have thought about and decided it's wrong? Or does it bother me because I was raised and told this isn't right, and I just said, okay, I'll agree with that. And then now I just react to it, because a lot of things we just react to. And which is one of the things that helped change my life, is I started evaluating everything, every response that I have, every trigger I have. And this is one of them. When I used to think that mega church pastors were ripping people off, then I realized that nobody's forcing a congregation to give money. They're giving money because apparently they feel like this person is adding value to their life. And who are we to judge and to tell those people that they're not adding value, they're ripping you off? I mean, you can put your opinion in on it, but as for intrinsically whether they really are ripping someone off or not, you can't decide that, because value is always with the beholder. Value is always with the beholder. Okay, you take artwork. Some artwork goes for thousands of dollars. I'm like, that's a ripoff. But you know what? Some people think that picture's worth $1,000. So is it a ripoff to them? No, it's not. So who am I to go to tell them, say, hey, your evaluation's wrong? How much you value that is wrong. You need to value it less, because it's not really worth that much. No, I'm not the type of person to do that. We can't do this to people. We shouldn't be doing this to people. And if you want to argue about ripping people off and stuff, and you look at that, you might be able to conclude that we're the ones ripping people off when we're trying to devalue what they already value. So apparently, I mean, the congregation knows Kenneth Copeland has these houses. They know that he has these boats and these yachts and these planes, and they still give. So now I would like to point out the obvious media bias against Christianity. And this is an easy one for them to get people to hate on Christians and leaders, thought leaders and spiritual leaders. It's easy for them to draw up the hate using examples like this. But and here's the obvious bias right here. Okay, look at the headline: stars who live in houses more luxurious than any A-list celebrity. Is that a true headline? So the article starts out with an absolute false statement. Why is it false? Because there are A-list celebrities that live way more luxurious than these guys. They are literally saying here that everybody that I'm going to show you is living more luxurious than any A-list celebrity. Pick anyone, and these guys live more luxurious. That's not true. There are A-listers that will make these guys' place look bad. So the story shows up unbiased right now, right out of the gate. It's a lie. So that just shows the bias. And again, I can understand people's point of view if they get upset about things like this, but when you really think about it, we have no right to get upset about it. Unless they stole money from you to pay for this, then you don't have a right to say anything about it. So Kenneth Copeland's one here. Look at this. Estimate $300 million net worth. Let's see who else they got here. Joyce Meyer. Or undisclosed place. Now that place doesn't, I mean, yes, that's a big house. But it doesn't look anything like Kenneth Copeland's house, right? What's hers worth? Let's see. They don't say. There's not much information about the house. These aerial shots show how huge it is. I don't think it's, I mean, it is big. Okay, again, but look at the title. Stars who live in houses more luxurious than any A-list celebrity. Are you telling me that this house right here is more luxurious than any A-list celebrity has? Bullshit. I call bullshit. Who else I got here? I hit next. These, well, they can't just put them on a list on a page. It's all for clicks. TD Jakes. I don't know who that is. That looks like a luxurious place. Oh, wow. Only a person as rich as the famous author TD Jakes can switch properties to regain his mental peace. Let's see, gorgeous food, batting cage, koi pond spread over 10,681 square feet. This mansion has it all. The 2-story building overlooks a magnificent lawn in front of the lake ahead of it. What more could a person ask for? That is nice. It's nice. But is he ripping anybody off? Does it matter? I mean, let's go back there. I just saw that. That one was worth $5.75 million. Really? Again, right there. Look, 5.75 million. Look at that. Right there, it makes this headline a lie. A blatant lie right here. More luxurious than any A-list celebrity, it says. And it's only 5.7 million. Okay. There are houses here in Sanibel and Captiva and Marco, even in Cape Coral. I bet you there's even some in Fort Myers. I bet you there's some in Naples worth more than 5.75 million. So it just shows their bias. It's bullshit. Here is Charles Swindoll. It looks like a pretty big place. He brought up his next generation in city as well and appears to love it here. Mauro Swindoll has a job for his senior. He's as a senior priest at Stonebriar Community Church. So he's a priest, and that's what it got him. Do you have a right to judge? Do you have a right to tell the people that are giving him all that money that they shouldn't be valuing him that much? Oh, wow, this is huge. But again, it's only 1.5 million. Paula White. She's an American pastor, televangelist, and author. $1.5 million. Now, again, is $1.5 million more luxurious than any A-list celebrity's place? Does that make this does that back up their statement? $1.5 million home in Florida? We're out in Florida. Let's drive by it. Maybe we should do that for the Denver show. Try to get an interview. Let's drive by and try to get an interview over. Bungalow in Florida. Nope. They didn't dox her. All right. We don't know. What else we got on this list? Feel free to call in anytime. Melania Trump. Really? Who cares? I mean, Trump became a billionaire twice. It's so unusual. There you go. Kamala Harris, the fake black woman, who kept inmates past their incarceration date to use them as slave labor to fight fires. Kamala Harris, the one who withheld evidence that proved that someone guilty, I think they were on death row. Let's look that up. She withheld evidence that could have freed him, and she didn't release it until she was forced to. Harris withheld evidence to free an innocent man. We're getting into politics. Okay. Political fact. So right up front, the fascist social media companies are going to uphold the fact checkers, the fake fact checkings. So, yeah, he was on death penalty. Prosecutor sent this innocent man to prison. So, see, you get 5 times. Come on, here, got the wrong guy. You know, it's even worse. It's not just that she got the wrong guy. She literally knew that she had the wrong guy, and she withheld evidence to free him. When her staff prosecuted a reality star who was framed by police in San Francisco. This was just 2010 that she did this. Oh, God. Oh, my God. These ads. Are you serious? God, there's even more. Look at that. It's popping up everywhere, nonstop. When she fought for compensation for wrongly convicted gang shooter. When her office sought to retry a man who had been set up by police. When she fought to keep a misidentified neo-Nazi in prison after his case was tossed. Anyways, she's a scumbag. What a scumbag. Yeah, well, she did well for herself, but, you know, can't really. If she made that money being an attorney, well, more power to her. Bob Barker, 138,000 Los Angeles. That's kind of modest. What is this? Again, stars who live in houses more luxurious than any A-list celebrity. He's got a $138,000 home in Los Angeles. What is this? This article's digging. I'm done with this article. Anyways, done with this broadcast. It's been an hour. Started to try to broadcast on a Saturday. See what kind of traffic we get. Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, there's a scumbag right there. So anyway, just thought I would try it on a Saturday, see what kind of traffic you get, and again, try to figure out the best way to use this new platform. I'm just gonna have to go back to the old platform. The old platform was pretty expensive. That's why I don't have it right now. I'm not ready to start doing all these steady podcasts and pay for it. So, and I don't have room to set up my studio with the tables to have live guests come in. I want to get back to that. I've mentioned this before. Another cool plan would be to go to restaurants and bars and maybe on the patios and stuff and have a live show right there, right on the patio. The obstacles to that is, first of all, no one's done it. So it's, getting somebody to see the vision and get the idea of what that would be like. Imagine this show right now, but instead of you guys off doing your stuff and not calling in and all that stuff, you're actually in the crowd, and this is on the TV. It's coming across the PA, and even the callers, you would be able to hear them if we have any. And imagine you want to say something. Well, there'd be a microphone. Either you could just walk up to a microphone and put your 2 cents in, and we got a camera on that. Also, you could join us, or maybe we'll have it place at the table for you to join us. But yeah, that's kind of my vision, to get a live show going. I think it'd be pretty cool. So I want to do that, but and have local guests on, and Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. So that's one of my visions. And again, I'm going to start singing again. You know, hey, a lot of my friends, a lot of people know me. They hear me sing. They're always pushing me to do this. So I'm going to do this. So that means when I get my page set up, I expect a lot of likes and comments and stuff that I can use to show venues that I do have a following that's interested in hearing me sing. So make sure you watch for that. Of all the pages I'm going to ask you to like and to subscribe to, that's going to be the one. And I'm really going to ask you to make comments when I get that page ready. It's going to be the Denver Sings page where I'm coming back to sing. So, yeah. Hopefully you guys will do that for me, since you guys are the one talking me into doing this, to start singing again. So it's not that I didn't want to, but you know, now that I got seemingly a good following to hear my singing, I'm going to do that. So be watching for that. I'm going to be asking for you to like that page and make comments. And I've got a co-host coming on here. She's fun as heck, way funner than me. Way more fun than me. I do well interviewing. I do well interacting. It's not my strength to do a monologue, to do these shows on my own. So, I do need another co-host and callers and things like that to keep this thing interesting. I think I do. So I don't know. I mean, I know, I understand there's some of you ladies out there just enjoy looking at me and just watching me. I get that. So, but there's not a whole lot of you. Well, there's probably a lot of you, but comparably to what I need for the following on this show, there's probably not. Anyways, this is a big D. I'm going to end this podcast. And if you watch, thanks a lot. I wish you would have called in. I wish you'd made a comment, because the comments also I could have put on the screen, but nobody made a comment. Nobody loved me. Anyways, Denver show's coming, and Denver Sings is coming. Denver Sings is coming alive. Denver's going to start singing again. Yeah. Watch for it. This is a big D. And I'm going to end it with my kick-ass show ending there. My intro that Jay wrote the music to. Jay was awesome, man. Awesome song. Anyways, that's it. Take care.